I think we have two team comps that are pretty well established, and I think honestly very comfortable for both of these teams.
Yeah, I think if I'm Ultra Prime, I'm really loving the spot lane, though. Rakan, typically a pretty weak. Interesting note that about elected to take teleport. Not really a big surprise given the lane that you're seeing here. As they're trying to tag about, they do stun him up, looking to finish him off. The shield is not enough to save him. It's first
blood. Area, Monkey's making his way down here.
All right, Yao Yao just kind of peeking through, trying to hit some gleaming quills. And no Gumayushi here. So the dragon will go over to the...
take away from both a Yorick Pantheon combo as well as give to a Scion with the trade here on the bot side.
Yep, we jumped right on about. Look at the chunks that are coming through. It's the pickaxe, the longsword, and the kitchen sink as about falls for a second time.
Once again, it's just greed coming in from the WE bot lane. There's no reason for them to be stepping up with no insurance on that side of the map with objectives spawning elsewhere. They just don't really understand that they're, in danger here.
Saber getting over to his teammate. Shockwave down. Public execution is perfect.
That is moving forward, especially with those Pantheon ults potentially being there to back him up. For now, though, the question is, how much priority is going to be here on Dragon? Monkey's in the area.
Public execution. Nailed another one. The Shockwave's there, too. And the blink of an eye,
this guy's alone, we can just kill him, and now the dragon is completely free. Ultra Prime has looked fantastic so far in this game and at this tournament, and this just continues to push a lot of their positive narratives forward. This is a really good game state for them, and I feel like they're playing their comp out just about as well as they can. Get some gold back into the Pantheon that you were desperately going to need, but the Gromp resetting a little bit of Monkey
so
could be caught again.
Monkey, just because of the tether, he greeted for the Gromp. He's going to lose his life. Baya picks up a third kill.
I mean, it's disaster. It's mental errors over and over again for Monkey and for WE. About's been in some trouble, and here he is again.
All right, Liang Chen right on top of About. He just has nowhere to go. It's a Braum and a Scion, and Baya will pick up the pieces. Again, with full control of the river here. Herald going to get dropped down, and they're going to go for the crash as well. They want to take this turret. Liang Chen hanging around, but it looks like he'll head back up top to try to deal with Cube. The dragon should be started up by Ultra Prime.
Yeah, that's mid-turret. That is sole point for Ultra Prime. So long as they're able to take this dragon, it looks like WE want to contest. They kind of have to in this instance, but this is such a difficult fight for WE. Look at the cooldowns that are not available for them. Cube does not have teleport available to get here. He's one of the few pieces with actual gold.
Monkey turning around here. Now everybody's on top of him. Shockwave, but he flashes out. Public execution, and they're right back on top of him. Ryu in a lot of trouble, though, getting very low, and he gets shut down by the Varus. And now Baya has to escape along with Saber as Karis is bearing down on the carries. Xiaoshu was left alone, and he will fall too as Team WE win their first fight of the game.
It is a major overextension from Luo EU that really ends up costing Ultra Prime. He sees the kill onto Monkey, but he doesn't have...
See if Ultra Prime can find another pick and try to get back to it.
Yeah, and they're going to need to stay active right now. Just a little bit of a duel on the top side. Liang Chen actually going to TP out. This Otacon has been started here by Ultra Prime.
Yeah, Cube has no TP, so this is going to be a 5v4. Karis around the side for right now as the rest of Team WE try to muscle their way in, but they don't really have a tank. 7,000 HP and dropping. What a shockwave from Saber with the public execution of the knockups, and Team WE are getting wiped. Karis is stuck in the middle of 4 members, and they have spotted him out, and they're tagging him up and knocking him down. 4-0. Triple kill for Baya.
It does not matter if you miss the first. It does not matter if you miss the second. If you land the most important shockwave, everything goes your way as Orianna, a massive play from Saber, somebody who's been absolutely dominant, quite frankly, for this team at this tournament so far up until this point. Baya now with 7 kills on this Lucian. The game felt like it was handed back to WE for them to continue to play out. Well, WE said, you know what? We feel good giving it back. Cube even going to trade his life for a turret
here. Gold deficit now. The scaling, it's hard to say it's on your side. Here we go. We're seeing Monkey make a play as they get on top of Baya. Baya's still alive, but he will finally fall to Karis. It's a shutdown. He's looking for Xiaoshu as Monkey picks that one up. Quick picks for Team WE.
Yeah, it's nice to get some gold in return. They're going to continue to push forward here. Obviously, it doesn't change the entire game up until this point, but it is really nice to get that shutdown gold on Baya off the board, because that is a ridiculous amount now in the pockets of some important WE members. There's no objective to take quite yet, but
Oh! Just the tip! And About is gone!
He's just
we're still
going, and the
fighting.
fight continues. WE's going in.
Yeah, Saber has no shockwave, so you're going to need the consistent damage out of him and this Ambessa, but they're getting chased off. Big triple knockup coming through.
Chorus.
But Saber doesn't quite have the damage. Chorus trying to escape through mid. The flash after him. More flashes getting burnt. Chorus is on a thread, but you're going to get the command dissonance. Speed up, yelling at him, but Chorus just able to escape.
Absolutely insane stuff. This game has very quickly turned into the fiesta that we know and love here in the LPL. Dragon is up now, and with that fight having been so catastrophic for both of these teams, can either of them full commit? Baya's here. He's looking for more. Liang Chen.
Oh, we are just going so over-aggressive here, but I do like it in some aspects, because a lot of Team WE members haven't had an opportunity to leave. There's that Chains of Corruption, but Yao Yao says, hey, it's time to go. Down to half HP. Here's the calling. Most of it blocked by the Gromp, saving the day as Saber walks out on a sliver.
It is insane, the value Dragon for Ultra Prime that is not contestable in any way, shape, or form. And that's sole point that puts WE now on an even 2 in the mid lane for that pressure. And they can use this to move basically anywhere on the map. Even the Yorick right now is not getting nearly enough in a side lane. The Scion once again just coming in clutch. This is generally okay for the Yorick to be able to deal with. But Cube, now he's caught.
Yep, everybody's going after him. There's that public execution as well. No healing is going to be able to save you. Saber picking up the third kill. Listen, he's just trying to split push with his cat ear headphones, man. Let him live.
Yeah, you know, we've all been there. I can imagine start soon. This is not going to get easier for them.
No doubt. Bias continue to do a good job. Here we go. About up too far again. It's a calling to the face. And the Lucian picks up 2 more. 9, 1, and 0. Skin buff.
There's nothing else to say. He's so enamored by the skin choice for Baya that he just has to keep getting a very close look of what the skin looks like in action. Unfortunately, it costs his life again, but that is Baron, completely for free. The bot lane gone, no way to fight over this. And if there was an easy way for WE to get back in this game, it is gone. Monkey gonna ult in, though. He's gonna try for the steal.
I respect it. You gotta go for it. He's not gonna get it, but you gotta try. This game looks mighty doomed.
Yeah, if that was the last-ditch effort, then I think the ditch has been dug. As we see the teleport coming down here for Xiaoxia just to get back out on the map. You know, even that split push win condition that you were talking about, now Baron is there. There's no way for this Yorick to be able to feel aggressive in a side lane. Monkey no longer has ultimate to be able to make plays either. You have to stall this out as much as possible. And the problem with that
is that... fight. I love what Yao Yao's doing here. I think that this is a great way to win, but the problem is About is up too far again. Over the wall, 10th kill.
You know, at some point it does become a bit of mental boom. We'll call it as we see it, where, you know, I think by the 7th death, you're probably sitting there going, you know, this is just how it goes. Maybe a champion with a little bit more mobility in the next game for About. For now, he is going to have to look at a gray screen as Ultra Prime continues to push with this Baron buff into the bottom lane here. They are taking both of these inhibitor towers, and quite frankly, the base is likely next.
There's that inhibitor. Let's see if they're going to go help out Liang Chen. They are going to do so. That will be that mid inhibitor. About going to respawn at about 7 seconds. See if Ultra Prime wants to stick around, but they will wisely back out. They will head over to the Dragon.
Definitely the final nail in the coffin for WE. And now the question is just how aggressive do they want to play around it? They're looking for the steal again.
You got to try, right? You have to try, because otherwise you're just going to lose a slow death and bleed out. About is over the wall just trying to auto people, and Best is going to flash over the wall and eat him alive. Who's going to get this last kill? It's a triple kill for Baya. 13, 1, and 2. That's game.
Bit of a Lucian diff in this one in terms of how things broke down. A brilliant game from Baya, a brilliant game from Luo Yu, and a brilliant game from Ultra Prime that ends up really securing their spot here and giving them a lead in game number 1.
Yeah, this was a powerful showing out of Baya and Xiaosha. I mean, from the get-go, they got that early kill and they never looked back, K-Man. I was very, very impressed by what they put.